It starts with a distant call, an ancient song heard through the rising mist, announcing the changing of the seasons. For thousands of years and countless generations, they have flown this path, arriving, then departing, providing a rhythmic pulse to the natural world.
People's connection with birds and their migrations goes back.
Understanding how birds use their environment and the routes they fly will help conservationists preserve and protect habitat.
The information that we're getting from understanding bird migration is a really powerful tool for us from an applied conservation perspective. Some of these birds are going from one end of the globe to the other, and we have limited conservation funds, limited resources, and so it allows us really to hone in on the key sites that are important to different migratory animals and to dedicate our resources to those priority areas.
It's long been known that migrating birds follow the wings of their ancestors and use the same age-old flight paths. Scientists call these well-traveled routes flyways.
The whole flyway concept was developed in the 1930s by a guy, Frederick Lincoln. Pacific, the Central and Mississippi flyways, and then the Atlantic flyway.
Up to 13 different flyways have been identified around the world. The Pacific Flyway runs from the Arctic Circle to the tip of South America. Millions of birds from more than 300 different species make an annual journey up and down the Pacific Corridor, taking advantage of the best habitat conditions for breeding and foraging for food.
The flyway, they migrate up to the north to capture the longer hours during the northern summer. So because it's daylight for a much longer period, they're able to forage for a longer period, and that helps them to be more successful in nesting and also having larger numbers of eggs that successfully hatch. And as those conditions change and the day length shortens, they migrate back down to the southern regions that are more hospitable to overwinter.
No two species follow the same exact route. Some fly thousands of miles, some just a short distance, many crossing paths in the San Francisco Bay and the Delta. This is essential habitat for these long-distance travelers. For some birds, it's their final destination. For others, a crucial rest stop as they make the trek further south.
You might even call the San Francisco Bay Area the Grand Central Station for birds on the Pacific Flyway. It's really the meeting point for so many different bird species. We have your waterfowl that come down from the north. We have smaller species like songbird. We have raptors that fly through. And it's really just such a great mixing bowl for all of these different species.
How birds navigate is still somewhat of a mystery. Some are genetically hardwired. Many use the sun, the stars, and landscape to guide them, while others are in tune with the Earth's magnetic poles.
Once they're banded, if they're recaptured somewhere else, then you get a lot of information about the movement of those birds. You can also get information on survival and lifespan of those birds and also behavior of the birds. Joe has a hermit thrush, which is a bird that winters here. It's actually really rare to know exactly where the same population of birds winters and also breeds. So if you can get that kind of information, it's really valuable.
Biologists are now concerned with reports that the majority of migrating songbird species are suffering population declines. Another report by the U.S. Department of Interior indicates half of America's migrating coastal shorebird species are in decline. While population numbers of waterfowl vary from year to year, many species of ducks and geese are faring better. Birds face many threats along the Pacific.
Cues that birds use to migrate are changing, and it might make them migrate too soon or too late. And the danger is that they could arrive to the breeding ground at the wrong time.
Migratory birds are the proverbial canary in the coal mine. a warning signal of the failing health of our ecosystems. Small shifts in their patterns are telling us that the rhythm of the natural world is changing, and those environmental changes will affect all life on this planet.
I think one of the best interfaces between man and the environment, the real ability of birds and all the different things they do, needs to be appreciated by the public, so they want to conserve them. The reason I study birds is because I want to preserve the beauty of the earth.